Hi, my name's Ian. I'm an engineer. I'm a dad. I think, like many people, I've been existentially depressed, worried about climate change. You know, you have kids, and the problem seems huge, and the pace of progress doesn't seem that fast. And so here's the shocking good news. Here's the shocking good news. I think there's a solution that people are working on in the market that is going to really move the dial. Very credible companies, very smart people are doing this. It doesn't get a lot of press, which is partly why I'm sharing this good news. But let me tell you about it. So this molecule on the screen, it's nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen, the air is 78% nitrogen. So we can make this molecule from water and air, and when you burn it, you end up with air and water. So green, right? Fantastic. Okay, so this molecule is called ammonia, and let's talk about one of the ways this will have a really big impact. So shipping. Shipping is a challenge. It's a big challenge. Those giant seagoing vessels, that taking stuff from around the world, they run on oil, and they're too big and their distances are too long for them to ever run on batteries. So what do we do? What do we do? Same with the trucking industry. So a very short route delivery vehicle could possibly work on batteries, particularly if it's starting and stopping, so you have the regen kick in. But basically for these things, we need a diesel replacement. And we might have one. We might have one. So green ammonia, basically what you do, and this is pretty new, okay? You run a current, so electricity through water, a water bath. Sometimes, I mean, there's competing technologies in the space, but basically you run water through electricity through this water bath, and the electricity breaks it apart, and you end up with ammonia. And ammonia is easy to ship, relatively easy to ship, and it can work kind of like diesel. So one of the ways it can work, in a lot of pumps, the gasoline will contain ethanol. Ethanol is meant to offset how much oil, right? So it burns too, so you can put it in your car and run. Well, you can add ammonia and it will dissolve into your fuel. So that is an offset. Now, it's not a replacement, but if you're going to use diesel, to use 10% less diesel globally, that's massive. That's a huge shift. But I think there's even more good news. I think it sounds like it could be a direct substitute. So we could use liquid ammonia instead of diesel. You would have different tanks. So it would be more like having a propane tank on your truck rather than a tank with like an open opening. It would have to seal in some way, but it looks like not just fantasy, it looks like reality. And here's why. This company, forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce it, Wärtsilä, they're a large company. They do like $6 billion a year in revenue. They're big. And they just released a update to this motor. So it's a marine motor, so it works in marine vehicles. So this motor, they introduced a new option. Okay, so not only can this motor run on diesel and liquid natural gas and methane and biofuel, it can also run on ammonia. Great. Okay, so I mean, this is already happening. This is green shipping. This is a boat that runs on a completely green fuel. If you make it through electrolysis, there's other ways to make ammonia that aren't green. But so imagine you go to a port, they have ammonia, you use it. If they don't have ammonia, you use diesel. You know, that kind of flexibility allows for a smooth transition, right? It's not, you're not getting held up by, you know, we would use it, except one port of the 100 we visit doesn't have it. So, you know, good news, right? Like it's real and it's green, and that's fantastic. So there you go. Green, good news.